The time is 8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here's the news edited by Lal Malavarachi and read by Tilani Pires. The Prime Minister says the IGP was ordered to report progress to Speaker every other day. SLBC MPs Sanath Nishant and Milanja Tilaka have been arrested by the CID. Steps have been taken to strengthen the security of parliamentarians. Jagat Samaraweekama will fill the demised MP Atukorala's seat in Parliament. 80,000 cylinders of LP gas will be distributed per day from tomorrow. The Power and Energy Minister says that the distribution of 92-octane petrol in the country will be normalized shortly. And on international news, Ukraine works on the next stages of Azovstal planet evacuation. Sports cricket, Simon Tuffle starts online course to boost umpiring. The Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe told Parliament today that he had instructed the IGP to report on the progress on the investigation on the protesters in Galle and in front of temple trees to the Speaker every other day. The Prime Minister also accused the opposition of choosing the wrong strategy when seeking to suspend the standing orders and debate the motion of displeasure against the President. The Prime Minister had informed the opposition MPs that the members of the Parliament had wanted to move an adjournment debate regarding the attacks on their homes, and so they should be allowed to do so. He explained that since the motion of displeasure was already on the order books, it would be taken up afterwards. He said that the MPs would defeat a vote to suspend standing orders today, as the most pressing issue for them was their houses being attacked. The Criminal Investigations Department CID arrested SLBC MPs Sanath Nishant and Milanja Tilaka this evening in connection with the attack on the anti-government protest sites in Colombo on the 9th of May. The Attorney General recently instructed the CID to arrest 22 suspects, including MPs Johnston Fernando, Sanjeeva Edidimana and Senior DIG in charge of the Western Province, Deshabandhu Thenakone, if sufficient evidence is available against them over the attack on anti-government protest sites in Colombo last week. If there is direct, circumstantial and technical evidence against the 22 suspects, they should be arrested as soon as possible, the Attorney General's Department had said further. The Attorney General's Department also instructed the CID to file cases against the arrested suspects under the Criminal Procedure Code. Meanwhile, police media spokesman SSP Nihal Taldua says that police have arrested about 450 individuals so far in connection with the violent activities reported from across the country following the mob attack on the peaceful protesters in Kollupitiya and Galle on May the 9th. They have been arrested based on 707 already received complaints, and the police are receiving more complaints on the same. Steps have been taken to strengthen security of parliamentarians and their residences following a request made by the party leaders. Speaker Mahinda Yapabewardena told Parliament that Defence Secretary and Secretary to the Ministry of Public Security were directed to order the IGP to take necessary action to initiate a special security plan. The police were also instructed to provide additional security to the MPs and their residences. The Speaker also said party leaders had informed the Speaker that their lives were at risk on their way to Parliament to attend sessions and getting back home. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Jagat Samaraweekama, Sri Lanka Podujana Peremuna's representative from Polonnaruwa district, has been appointed as a Member of Parliament. The appointment was made to fill the parliamentary seat left vacant by MP Amarakirti Atukorala, who was killed in Nitambua area. The Litro Gas Company says that payments have been made for the 2 shipments of liquefied petroleum gas. Litro Chairman Vijitha Herath said that unloading of gas from the ship carrying 2,800 metric tons of LP gas will commence tonight. He added that starting from tomorrow, around 80,000 cylinders of LP gas will be distributed per day across the island. That ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Power and Energy Minister says that the distribution of 92-octane petrol in the country will be normalized within 2 or 3 days. The Power and Energy Minister, Kanchana Wijasekara, said that the ministry would be able to provide petrol continuously as needed, but required octane 92 to be provided for essential services in the identified areas. He added a petrol shipment is to arrive tomorrow, and after 3 days, the petrol scarcity will be resolved. The minister also said that the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation has sufficient stocks of diesel at the storage and will be sufficient for the entire country and are hoping to continue with the normal proceeding. That came to you on our segment, Main News Story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
This is Watchlight. The conduct of tuition classes, lectures and seminars for the 2021 GC Ordinary Level Examination was banned from midnight yesterday. The Commissioner General of Examinations said any individual found to be violating this regulation will be dealt with under provisions of the Exams Act. Meanwhile, the public has been requested to report any violations to the nearest police station or by contacting the Examinations Department. The 2021 GC Ordinary Level Examination will get underway on the 23rd of May and will draw to an end on the 1st of June. That came to you on Watchlight. Coming up, World News. The World News headlines first. Ukraine works on next stages of Azovstal planet evacuation. Red skies as Iraq hit by 8th sandstorm in weeks. India's construction workers hardly bear the brunt of heat wave. Ukraine is working on the next stages of the operation to evacuate soldiers from the Azovstal steelworks in Mariupol. Ukraine Deputy PM says more than 260 fighters, some badly wounded, were taken to Russian-controlled territory yesterday. It's been suggested they could be exchanged for Russian prisoners of war, but this is unconfirmed. Iraq has been engulfed by dust and sand, once again hospitalizing hundreds of forcing flights to remain grounded. It is Iraq's 8th sandstorm since mid-April, and the red haze reduced visibility to just a few hundred feet in Baghdad and southern Iraqi cities. Hundreds of people were hospitalized with breathing difficulties, according to medical officials, and some state schools and offices have closed. Thousands of Indians are reeling under a brutal heat wave that has swept through the country. Some areas of the capital, Delhi, have recorded temperatures of 49 degrees Celsius. But life has become hardest for the working poor, vast swathes of people employed in the country's unorganized sector who are struggling to cope with the soaring temperatures. Reporters say with no other means of livelihood, the poor toil through the day in soaring temperatures to ensure they and their families don't go hungry. Back to the World News headlines. Ukraine works on next stages of Azovstal planet evacuation. Red skies as Iraq hit by 8th sandstorm in weeks. India's construction workers hardly bear the brunt of the heat wave. That ends World News. Continuing with development news, the government plans to provide relief assistance to the fishing community. The fur relief assistance will be provided to the fishing community. The fur relief assistance will be provided to the fishing community. A fur subsidy will be provided, and the Ministry of Fishing and Aquaculture has made relevant arrangements. That was development news.
Sports news is brought to you by
Sampath Bank. We present your future.
And on sports news, Simon Tuffle has designed an online accreditation course that he hopes will plug gaps in umpires training, development and benchmarking. The course went live today and offers 3 levels of accreditation: introductory level 1 and level 2. It is open to everyone, meaning a layperson wanting to become an umpire can access it, as well as umpires at all levels who want to top up their skills and knowledge base. Tuffle, who has been the game's premier umpire for many years, has written the entire course material himself and has created the program in conjunction with the Dubai-based ICC Cricket Academy, which has contracted him. Tuffle said the online course was based on more practical approach to umpiring rather than the traditional dry approach, which relied on studying the laws of cricket. Tuffle also said that the existing umpires at all levels could partake of the course by attending levels 1 and 2 programs. The umpiring pathway is outlined in the course, and the accreditation levels match up to the different levels of the game. That came to you in sports news.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Sri Lanka will buy dollars from the free market to pay for 3 oil ships which are anchored in the waters of the island, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said after the country's soft peg lost credibility after 2 years of money printing and float has not yet been established. There are ships with petrol, crude and furnace oil anchored for 40 days in Sri Lankan waters. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said, to pay the ships we will take action to buy dollars from the free market. That was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
Sri Lanka's main stocks closed firmer, gaining 4.4% today to hit a 6-week high due to hopes of political stability in the crisis-hit nation after violent clashes, though concerns remained over the economic crisis, dealers said. The market is moving on the positives as there is some sign of political stability, but this momentum will not last for long as interest rates in the market are already high, a top market analyst said. That came to you in Economic News.
LOLC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LOLC Finance claims the overall gold award whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking. LOLC Finance will continue to innovate with the next generation digitalization of financial services, delivering a superior customer experience.
The Weather Report. The southwest monsoon condition is gradually establishing over the island. The Met Department says showers or thunder showers will occur at times in the western, Sabaragamuwa, central, northwestern and southern provinces. Heavy showers about 100 millimeters can occur at some places in the western and Sabaragamuwa provinces and in Kandy, Nuwara, Galle and Matara districts. So strong winds about 40 to 50 kilometers per hour can be expected at times over the western slopes of the Central Hills, northern, north central and northwestern provinces and in the Hambantota and Trincomalee districts. That was the weather report. And now to end this news broadcast, the main points once again. The Prime Minister says the IGP was ordered to report progress to the Speaker every other day. SLPP MPs Sanat Nishant and Milanja Tilaka have been arrested by the CID. Steps have been taken to strengthen the security of parliamentarians. Jagat Samar Wickrama will fill the demised MP Atukorala's seat in Parliament. 80,000 cylinders of LP gas will be distributed per day from tomorrow. The Power and Energy Minister says that the distribution of 92-octane petrol in the country will be normalized shortly. And on international news, Ukraine works on the next stages of Azovstal planet evacuation. Sports cricket, Simon Tuffle starts online course to boost umpiring. That ends this news broadcast.